In this video, I'm going to be breaking down Hudson Cosper's $2.4 million coaching funnel. So I'll show you exactly how this 20-year-old makes $210,000 every single month with a simple squeeze funnel. So you will learn Hudson's entire YouTube and Instagram content strategy that helps him attract a lot of new people and then nurture those people to buy his high ticket program. Then his opt-in funnel, and finally his entire sales process that turns strangers online to his high ticket paying clients. And most importantly, how you can copy all of this and implement this into your info coaching business. So my name is Lucky, and from the last 2 years I've been helping coaches and creators start or scale their info coaching businesses. If you are looking for help, you can go into the first link in the description and book a one-to-one with me. Now let's start with his ICP and offer, and that is the most important thing because you have to get this right. That's when you get your content, your messaging, your positioning, all of these things right. So if we talk about his ICP, he's targeting mostly beginners starting out in online business, right? They don't know if they can make money online or not, but they want to be financially free, right? And they are mostly teenagers, maybe in school, or maybe they are doing a 9 to 5, or maybe they are still struggling with online businesses, but they haven't still made it, right? But the thing is, they want to live life like Hudson, the freedom, the cars, the luxury apartments, the watches. They want to live financially free life. So they want financial, location, and time freedom. And right now, they just hate their current situation. Maybe they are stuck in a 9 to 5. Maybe they are stuck in their parents' basement, right? So all of these things plays a major role in getting the offer right and making a no-brainer offer, and then getting your positioning and messaging in your content exactly what they want it to, right? So to do that, you have to do market research, and in the market research, like that is what we help with our clients. So we find out the promise, the dreamland, like the dream situation, the problem, journey of the potential clients, what are the steps they need to go through, the problem list, the desired situation, like not just the desired outcome, the entire situation. So whenever we are making a VSL, we are making a YouTube video, we are making an Instagram reel, you can exactly trigger those pain points or trigger those emotions in your content, right? So these are like, this is the list of all the things that you need to consider in your market research. And if you want to know how to do market research, you can go into my previous video, I explained that. But if you talk about his offer is really simple, helping them make their first 10 to $30,000 online with high ticket sales. Now mostly they are beginners, right? So they don't know what high ticket sales is, they don't know if it's even gonna work or not. So that's why his offer is really simple, helping them make their first 10K to 30K a month online with high ticket sales, right? So let's start with his content. Now obviously content is the most important thing in any info coaching business, because if you do not have enough attention, none of the funnels, none of the sales process or systems will work, right? So it's mostly using Instagram and YouTube to attract a lot of new people into his funnel, and then nurture those people with YouTube so they can finally book a call with his team and become his high ticket client, right? So let's start with Instagram first. So if we talk about Instagram, he's using Instagram to get new people to know him and simply increasing his brand awareness. The main goal here is to get new people into his funnel, right? So this can be only done by making viral content or top of funnel broad content. So let's take a look at his Hudson's Instagram profile. He has right now almost 36K subscribers. Then he's running a DM funnel. So DM me freedom to get started. Now, obviously when you DM him the word freedom, a setter reaches out to you, qualifies you, and just figure out if you are a good fit for this program or not, but we'll get into that later. And obviously a link tree for his YouTube videos and for the VSL page that he is redirecting his traffic to. But if you stick to the main page, if you look at the first glance, all of this, they like the main page screams young, rich, and intelligent. As soon as they land on your profile, these are the emotions or these are the thoughts in their mind, right? Because you can see the cars, you can see nice apartments, you can see like the nice places he's traveling to. So looking at the first time, all you think is, hey, he's young, he's rich, and he's intelligent. So now he's in the place of authority because you see him as young, rich, and intelligent, right? And now if you talk about the associations, his brand associations, it is essentially what your ideal client profile or dream follower thinks of when they are watching your content for the first time or they are visiting your profile for the first time. So his brand on Instagram really associates with financial freedom, materialism, luxury cars, traveling, watches, and then this is really interesting: manifestation, God, reality, changing reality, and motivation. So the last 4 points, this is the most important thing, and that is like one of the most important thing on why Hudson's making $211,000 a month, still being in a very saturated niche. Because if you go on Instagram, every other guy is trying to be a sales coach, but still he's able to differentiate himself because he's talking about manifestation, God, reality, and motivation that no other sales coach is doing in his content, right? So if we talk about homepage, all he is doing is posting lifestyle photos, travel photos, cars, and parties. And this is why if you visit his page for the first time, all you think about is, hey, he's young, rich, and intelligent, which obviously helps a lot. The second thing he's doing Instagram, the most important thing is obviously Reels, the only video content that you can do on Instagram, right? So if you take a look at his Reels, you can first of all notice the consistent video formats, the consistent branding, like the same font, the colors, the backgrounds, and all, right? So he's averaging almost 10 to 15K views on every single one of his reels. Now the views are not a lot because obviously he only have 36K subscribers. So these views are good enough, right? But the thing is he is doing very, very high volume. So on an average, he's doing 2 to 3 reels per day, and that is an insane amount of volume. So the thing is, if you are doing, let's say, 2 reels a day, and on an average your reels get 10,000 views, so 10K, so you are getting 20K impressions every single day, and in a month that equates to almost 600K impressions, right? So that's why if you are not getting enough views, all you need to do is just focus on getting more content out there, because first of all, you will be better at making content. You will know how hooks work, how storytelling works, how the idea of the video works, and obviously you can bump up your impressions if you are just doing more volume, right? So this is, as I told you, very insane amount of volume. And the only reason why he's able to do that much amount of volume is he's just spamming raw talking head videos. So if I show you, you can see in this screenshot that, hey, this is a raw talking head video. This is the same one, and again raw talking head video, again raw talking head video. So he is doing like this raw format very, very frequently. So this is his main content format. Now the thing with spamming raw talking head videos, it doesn't take any time, right? Literally you can make a reel in just 10 minutes. All you have to do is come up with an idea, yap about the idea on your phone, having selfie mode on, and just post it, right? Maybe you want to add some music, maybe you want to add some text, but you can do it in the Instagram editor itself. So the only reason he's doing 2 to 3 reels per day is spamming raw talking head videos. And raw talking head videos works well, especially if you are selling a courses or high ticket coaching program who is, a bad stigma with them. So I'll show you how it works when we go into the content formats. But once a week, he's doing a reel on high ticket sales. So 90% of the content, of the real content, is top of funnel. He's talking about, as I told you, talking about manifestation, talking about God, talking about reality, talking about motivation, talking about financial freedom. And once a week, he's talking about high ticket sales. So the thing is, the people who are interested in living the same life as he is living, once a week they get educated. Hey, so Hudson is living the life by doing high ticket sales, so maybe I would look more into how high ticket sales work or what it is. So obviously the person who they are going to watch is Hudson's YouTube videos, because they already watch his reels, they already know him, they somewhat kind of like him because he's giving value. So that is how, like, essentially Instagram funnels work, right? So 90% of the content is top of funnel. Once a week he's doing a reel on high ticket sales, so all the traffic that is watching his reel continuously now get to know him, that hey, he's doing high ticket sales. Now obviously they're going to search more about it, and obviously they're going to watch Hudson's content. And another thing is he's not doing any call to action, like direct call to action in the reels, because he just cannot do it. If you think you can do call to action directly in the reels, and obviously in top of funnel reels, this is not going to work out for you, right? Because top of funnel, it is purely made to go viral or get more attention. It is not made for conversion. There is no trust, there is no proof, there is no credibility in a top of funnel reel. You are just sitting in the front of a Lambo, and if you say that, hey guys, buy my course, that is the worst thing you can do, right? And essentially he's not flexing that much. Like, he is flexing, but not like the traditional Miami course seller flex, when every single one of his reels, all he's doing is, yapping about in a Lambo, or showing his apartment, or his crazy parties he's doing, right? So he's not flexing that much. That's why Instagram with raw talking head format works a lot better. So he's essentially using 3 content pillars, and content pillars are, the things that you create content around again and again and again, right? So his first pillar is mindset, manifestation, reality transfer surfing, and God and Bible. So this is what makes him Hudson, right? Because obviously, as I told you, there are a lot of sales guys out there who's, all talking about sales, how you can come up with overcome these objections, how you can come up with like a weird identity reframe. Like, you have probably seen those crazy sales videos, right? But none of them talks about mindset, manifestation, reality transferring, God, and Bible. So this content pillar, first of all, Hudson's mostly doing this type of content where he talks about mindset, where he talks about manifestation, where he talks about changing the reality. So first of all, this niche, it's a really broad niche, right? Because everybody is interested in mindset, everybody is interested in changing their reality, everybody wants to live a better life without working hard, right? So if you do a video in such niche, the total addressable market is way more than a normal niche. Because if you make a video on mindset or if you make a video on sales, obviously the mindset video is going to get way more views compared to the sales video. So Hudson is using it smartly. Like most of the content he's using is based around this content pillar, so he's getting way more views on this videos. So a percentage of people are obviously going to follow him, and once they follow him, they are now become a part of his ecosystem. Because once if you follow someone on Instagram, you'll get more of their content recommended on your homepage, on your reel section. They will watch your stories regularly, right? So that is how the Instagram ecosystem works. Once they follow you, they will, like, there are way high chances that they will become your high ticket client. So doing this type of content using this content pillar keeps Hudson in, one of a kind, right? Because there is no other sales guy doing the same. So he is just his only competitor. So he has literally no competitors in his niche, right? Obviously, if first of all he's targeting beginners, so beginners are kind of more interested in this type of stuff. So that's how the Instagram content works. The second content winner is flexing and proof of success. Now, obviously, he's selling to beginners, so all the beginners care about is, the dream lifestyle, the cars, the watches, or the traveling, the luxury places that he's going to. They don't care about the value, they don't care about how they're going to make sales. All they care about is they can live the life he's living, and he's giving the proof again and again by flexing. And giving flexing is just like a proof of success. Some people kind of disagree, but it is what it is. So there's a negative stigma around that, but still it works and you can use it, right? And then the last pillar that he uses the least is high ticket sales. Now, obviously, he's just the exact opposite of what most of the sales guys doing. Most of the sales guy, all they care about is teaching about high ticket sales, but he is doing something different. All he cares about is teaching about mindset, manifestation, reality, God, and Bible. Then flexing his cars, and then teaching about, hey, I'm doing high ticket sales. You can live the same life by doing high ticket sales. So this is this, but like, to a disclaimer, this funnel only works if you are targeting beginners. Because if you are targeting sales closers who wanna get to $50,000 a month, like they're already making some money, then obviously all of your content have to be centered around sales and like those tactics and all, right? But if you're targeting beginners, this funnel will work for you. So now let's move on to the content formats, like the type of content he's doing on Instagram. So majority of his content is just YouTube clips. So he had like a clipper or editor. He's clipping the best moments from a YouTube video. Like on an average, you can do 5 to 10 clips from a single video, and he's just reposting them on Instagram in this squared formats and this like edited subtitles, right? So this works best because in a YouTube video, obviously you have some hooks naturally inside the video, so you can use them, right? The second video is obviously raw talking head video. He's just spamming this format, and this is working for him the best. And it's not only working for him, it's working for him for FXLXG, it's working for TGR, it's working for Cardinal Mason. So you can give it a shot if you are only doing those high crazy edited video. Then another format, like it is not a format, but still he's directing people to YouTube. So whenever he posts a YouTube video, all he do is make a reel around that YouTube video and tell people that, hey, I just posted a video about high ticket sales, or you can learn how to make money online, so just go into the YouTube and watch my video. So you can say he's just essentially redirecting people from Instagram to YouTube. But going back to the raw talking head videos, right, this niche helps him a lot because of total addressable market. As I explained before, the niche of mindset, manifestation, changing reality, there are way more people interested in doing that instead of high ticket sales, right? So obviously you are going to get way more views like than a sales video. So he can get way many viral videos and viral video ideas. And the thing is, he's being vulnerable, sharing his beliefs and opinions. And what it does, it builds cult like fan base and attracts people who think like him, right? So if he thinks like ego is a good thing, so obviously some people will be pissed off, but still, let's say 50% of the people are kind of loving him more because their beliefs, their worldviews and opinions are aligned. So that is, you can say, like a psychology thing. But for beginners, it works very well, right? So this format is what differentiates Hudson from other gurus. As I told you before, that none of the sales guys is doing this kind of content. And then raw talking head videos about mindset and manifestation, no one else is doing it. This is top of funnel. As I told you, there is way more total addressable market, so it attracts a lot of new people into his funnel. Now obviously people are watching his content for his mindset and manifestation, but when he posts a lifestyle video, they are more curious that, hey, what this guy is doing at 20 years old, he's able to live this crazy lifestyle. Then he posts a high ticket sales video. So you see the top of funnel, the middle of funnel, and the bottom of funnel. So that's how the content funnel essentially works, right? The raw format, obviously, it's more personal, feels like he's directly talking to you. And last thing, he's not flexing in every single reel, because if you are flexing in every single reel, it can be a red flag. But if you look at this format, it literally feels like a friend, best friend of you is just FaceTiming you and giving you some advice, right? So that is where the personal connection comes in, because if you do over edits, nobody's going to feel that connection, and obviously they will be bombarded with the dopamine, right? So try this format, it will obviously kill it for you. So if you notice one thing essentially on Instagram, he starts with a top of funnel content like mindset, manifestation and all. Then he talks about his lifestyle, he talks about, maybe high ticket sales and all. And then at the end, he's redirecting them to YouTube. And from YouTube, they are redirecting to a VSL page. So that is how essentially a funnel works, right? Attract new people with broad video content, then teach them how you do, or what you are doing to live this life, or maybe show your life as a proof of success. And then finally, bottom of funnel, where you convert those people. So yeah, these funnels are really simple. People just overcomplicate them a lot. Third thing is doing on Instagram is obviously stories. So first type of stories is daily lifestyle stories. Now that is a must if you really wanna use Instagram to its maximum potential, right? Because stories is the best thing you can do on Instagram. So obviously daily stories builds that personal connection and it keep them in the ecosystem. And obviously he's low key flexing his lifestyle, right? You can see like the cars, the apartments, the parties, again the cars, right? So you can low key flex your lifestyle. You can keep them in the ecosystem, because obviously if you have interesting life, people are going to watch your stories, and again it builds a personal connection with the audience, because now they get to know you as a person. Obviously they're watching your YouTube content, but people are always interested in what's going on in your life, so stories kind of give off life updates, and it works like amazing. After that, second type of stories he's doing is redirecting to YouTube, which is a must thing if you are using Instagram as your main top of funnel content. Because what happens is it's literally a hack to nurture your audience, because you can try as hard as you can, but you cannot nurture people within 60 to 30 to 60-second reels, right? They obviously want more of your content, and YouTube is the best thing for it. So if I explain you with an analogy, is this is what I call a sales meter, right? So this is the point where they get to know for the first time. They watch your reel, maybe you come into their feed accidentally. So this is the first time when they watch your content. Right now, they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, right? And this point is when they become your high ticket client. They pay you $5,000, they pay you $10,000 without any question. So the difference between this point and this point is how much time they spend with you. So you can see like it's same as dating, right? So whenever you meet for the first time, you don't know them enough, you are kind of don't trust them enough, but the more time you spend with them, the more you start loving them, right? So this is same with the content. The more time they spend with you, the more they start loving you. So now they know you, they like you, they trust you, and they literally love you. So you can sell them whatever you want, right? So that is how organic funnels work. The more time they spend with you, the better, because now they know you, they like you, they trust you. Okay. So that is it for Instagram. He's using Instagram to its full potential. Like he's doing every single thing he can do, but still he can do some improvements, and we will go that into the lead section. But let's talk about his YouTube channel. That is what helps him literally prints money, right? So if you talk about his YouTube channel, right now he's almost 74K subscribers, and the views he's getting is kind of fluctuates a lot, but on an average, let's say 10,000 views in a month, right? So he's posting once a week, no crazy volume here. If he ramp up the volume, then obviously he's going to make more money. Raw format videos, like you can just see in the first glance that the thumbnails are really raw. This thumbnail is really raw. The vlogs, they are not even that well edited, right? So raw format, again, Hawaii raw format, it works really well. It builds a personal connection with your audience. Then the packaging is also raw. All it talks about on YouTube is high ticket sales, manifesting, and vlogs. So this is kind of in reverse frequency. So most of the times he's doing vlogs and videos on manifestation, and sometimes he's doing videos like the least frequent videos is about high ticket sales. So kind of same on Instagram, like he's doing 90% top of funnel content and 10% he's talking about high ticket sales, right? So mostly top of funnel, which is manifesting, and like vlogs. And vlogs are of a longer length, because the more time they spend with you, the more they know you, they like you, they trust you better. And vlogs is, it's literally a proof of success, right? That he is living the life that most of people cannot at the age of 20. So obviously it builds you the authority and credibility needed. Now obviously he is using vlogs to frame his audience, right? So maybe 5 minutes into the vlog, you can be like, hey guys, if you want to live the same life, just start online business that will change your life. And that is the easier thing that you can do online. So you get my point, right? He's not doing direct selling, but obviously in vlogs you can do indirect selling. That's what Iman Ghazi is doing, that's what Breast Scales is doing, right? Because nobody is out here to waste a lot of time on just documenting their life. They obviously want to get some return, and that's how you get return on vlogs, by selling them indirectly. And if we talk about content formats on YouTube, so he's doing like three content formats. First one and the most frequent one is vlogs. So vlogs are high quality, like they are recorded in a very high quality, but raw. They are not edited. There is no crazy animations, crazy cuts, and all, so that they can feel a connection that hey, I'm just literally seeing Hudson from a third person perspective, right? And that's all. Then the vlogs are not related to sales at all. Obviously he's framing the audience, but he's not talking about hey, do high ticket sales, buy my coaching program and all. He's just essentially documenting his life, his parties, traveling, buying cars, apartments, and his day in the life, right? Then call to action at the end, hey, I do XYZ, that's how I'm able to live this life. If you want to live the same life, you can go into the first link in the description and check out how I am doing things. That is the only call to action that he's doing at the end of every vlog. He's not doing any hard call to action that hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, right? Like if you want, you can check out what I'm doing and how it works, and if you don't, then obviously you enjoyed the vlog, right? So he's selling the dream indirectly that hey, I'm rich, you are not, and I'm living your dream life. So if you want to do something like me, use my mechanism or use my business model, right? So vlogs is like helps a lot, but still you have to do them right, because most of people, what they think of vlogs is they just need to flex their lifestyle, flex their Lamborghinis, and people will buy their coaching program. But this doesn't work anymore, right? This is not 2019 or 2020. So the second format is manifestation in mindset, and this is what makes Hudson different from every other sales guy or sales coach online. So this is his unique selling proposition that differentiates himself from every other sales coach, attracts a lot of new people on his channel because manifestation is a very very big niche that has a lot of total addressable market. So a lot of people, new people that don't even know about high ticket sales, get interested to his videos. Then this builds a fan base, because if you are talking about mindset, you obviously talk about your beliefs, your worldviews, your opinions, and the people who align with those obviously become your cult fan base, right? Then it builds the credibility. If you talk about, that's what I feel like, if you talk about some weird words about manifestation and all, and like what most people don't tell you, if you talk about those things, then you come across as intelligent. So obviously one thing he talk about is ego is good, and then he explained why ego is good, but the society tells you that hey, ego is not good. So this is kind of what I'm trying to tell you, that it builds credibility that hey, he is intelligent, that's why he's able to make that much amount of money, right? And these both content formats, they are all top of funnel content. That has nothing to do with sales, that has nothing to do with his coaching program and all, right? Then the last format is his talking about high ticket sales and testimonials, and that is middle of funnel and bottom of funnel. So this is kind of both videos, right? So these videos are raw, no BS value, where he essentially explained high ticket sales for straight 23 minutes, right? And again, this is a case study done in a way better style, right? So how this 18, like how this high ticket sales allowed this 18-year-old quit his job and move to Miami and all. So case studies, so he's doing, first one is raw, no BS value, and then case studies. So case studies, they are doing it in a very interesting format. This is actually fun to watch, because if you are posting case studies about your Zoom calls, obviously like it builds the trust, but people are not going to watch it as much as this video, right? Because this is fun to watch and interesting. It builds authority and trust, which is obviously required. He's not just yapping about something, he's essentially giving value, telling them that hey, how I do things, how you can do it, because value is needed, right? It builds authority and trust. If you're not giving value, obviously people are not going to convert. The only goal here is conversion. The only goal of this video and this video is pure conversion. No nurturing, no attracting, only converting the audience who already know, like, and trust you, right? So that is it about content and on his Instagram, on his YouTube. Obviously you can do something like this for your coaching business, where you are using Instagram for a top of funnel content, then you are using YouTube to nurture your audience, and finally a VSL or opt-in funnel to convert those people. But that is how Hudson is using this content funnel to make $200,000 a month. Let's talk about leads, because content is amazing, but obviously you are going to post content that gets you high quality warmed up leads, so your sales process becomes way smoother, right? So to do it, first one he's doing is direct reels that I showed you in the content formats. But what he's doing essentially is whenever he posts a YouTube video about high ticket sales, he just drops a reel, so that all the people that are interested in what he do, or that comes into his funnel watching his mindset or manifestation content, now get to know what he is doing and how he can help you make more money online, right? Again, it's the same thing here. Once he post a YouTube video, he is also posting a reel about with the YouTube video and essentially redirecting the traffic to YouTube. Then obviously he is running a DM funnel and a link tree. So DM funnel, once you DM the word freedom, your his setter reaches out to you and qualifies you, like asking some questions, your current situation, your dream situation, essentially seeing that if you are a good fit, and if you are, he will book a call with you directly in the DMs, right? And the last thing is link tree, where you'll be redirected to this link tree, and the first link is opt-in page link. So hey, you can learn high ticket sales here. It's a free training. The second link is YouTube, because if they are not interested in high ticket sales, obviously they'll be interested in YouTube, and YouTube essentially nurtures them. So it's a long term game. You nurture them, nurture them, nurture them, and essentially they become your high ticket client. And the last thing is TikTok, right? So after that, on YouTube, like on Instagram, he's doing these two things: direct reels, DM funnel, and Linktree. On YouTube, there's only one way that you can get leads, is call to action in the videos. So he's doing call to action in almost every single one of his videos, whether it's some mindset or manifestation video, whether it's a vlog, or whether it's a high ticket sales video, right? So the first link is learn what I do for free. Again, the same link to that opt-in page, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and follow my Twitter. So his social media handles. But there are some things that I would recommend Hudson that will obviously can help him add like 30 to 50 grand a month to his top line revenue. First one is story sequences. He's doing stories, but he's not doing story sequences, right? So first one he can do is do a story sequence whenever he posts a YouTube video, instead of directly redirecting them. So give them a context little bit about the video, generate the hype, and then give the link to the YouTube video. He can do directly, and he is doing directly, but yeah, this helps a lot. Second thing is student results. He's not doing it that much, and that is the best thing you can do, because student results builds the authority and trust that hey, his framework, his business model actually work, and other people like me are also getting results, right? So he's not running any scam business, or a scam course. He's running a legit business where his students and clients are actually getting results. So he's not doing it, and obviously this helps a lot. Then call to action reels, so direct call to action once a week in a type of story sequence to check out his offer, go on to the opt-in page and all. And these are the story sequences used by TJR, and TJR is doing $1 million a month. So obviously these story sequences will work for him, right? Then the second thing is highlights. So on Instagram, like his only highlights, if I can show you, yeah. So he has three highlights on Instagram. First one is lifestyle, second one is YouTube videos, and third one is lifestyle. There is no student results, there is no personal wins and all. So obviously it can helps a lot, because if you look at TGR, that is just filled with testimonials, life and testimonials, right? So this builds the proof, and obviously if someone is visiting your profile for the first time, this will give you a way better frame of reference looking at your content and looking at your funnel, because they now already know that this guy is the real deal. He's getting tons of results for his students, right? So that is how you get warm leads from your content, essentially on Instagram and YouTube, right? Now the last thing is conversions, and when we talk about conversions, he's only using like simple opt-in funnel, right? So right now he is doing two offers. Because of the content, I broke down that he's mostly doing the mindset content, right? And then he is doing the sales content. So obviously if you are doing that much of a mindset content, people are obviously going to interested in learning more about mindset from you, right? So that is his low ticket offer, and that is essentially maxing out every lead, because the thing with high ticket coaching programs is most of the people cannot afford it. So obviously having a low ticket as a downsell really helps you a lot, so you can max out on your lead and didn't waste any leads who cannot afford your high ticket, right? Because making $100 from a lead than making zero is always better, right? So this is like really basic landing page. He doesn't even have a VSL, so you can tell that he's not serious about his offer, but still he has this simple text here, and all he's doing has that hey, I made 200 grand a month, like I am making 200 grand a month at 20. So if you want to learn the mindset from me, you can buy from me. But the thing is, he's essentially using the value ladder, right? So the value ladder is how much value they get from you after paying you. So it starts with maybe they watch your reels for the first time, then they become the part of your ecosystem and they are watching your content again and again and again. Then the third step can be your YouTube videos. Now they are watching your long form content. They are spending more time watching your content, and they are getting more value from you, because obviously in a single reel you can get limited amount of value, but once you are a part of the ecosystem, you'll get more value. If you are watching his YouTube video, you are getting more value. If you buy his YouTube program, again more value. And if you buy his coaching program, maybe it's $5,000 $10,000, then that's like the highest step of the ladder. So that is essentially what we call a value ladder, where value is increasing and essentially the price, right? So obviously he is using a upsell he have a upsell mechanism in place for this low ticket product. So what happens is people watch his like mindset course, they get amazing results because obviously mindset is the best thing that you can change or that you can leverage if you are doing anything in life. That's what I believe. So obviously they have a better mindset, they do more work, they get more success, right? So now they got value from Hudson, now they want more. So that is essentially a human nature. If you get something, like get something valuable, you essentially want more from the same person. So maybe in the last video of the course, or maybe you have a call to action at the end of every single video in the course, that hey, if you want my one-on-one help to make money online with high ticket sales, which is the best opportunity, you can book a call with me. So that's how like this upsell mechanisms work. Obviously there are a lot of mechanisms you can do. And if somebody is running a free community funnel or $9 a month community funnel, all they are doing is they have upsell mechanism in place to make, obviously from every single one of your client, you don't want to make $9 a month or $100, you want to make 5,000, 10,000. You want to really max out your lifetime value, right? So that's how you do it, by having upsell mechanism in place, and there are a lot of them. But let's get back to his main offer, which is high ticket sales. So if you look at his main landing page where he redirects all of the traffic from Instagram, from YouTube, from stories, every single thing, they get landed to this page, right? So the headline is exactly how I use digital gold mine of an online business to make 10 to 30K per month as a 20-year-old. Now from the headline you can essentially tell that hey, he's targeting beginners. He's not using any specific words, he's not doing some crazy headlines. All he's doing is selling them on a digital opportunity, which is obviously directed toward beginners. Then subheadline is without an income limit and 100% freedom even as a beginner. So that is the dream outcome his ideal client profile is looking for. On if obviously if you add it in a subheadline, because the main goal of this headline and subheadline is they click on this video and they watch this video, right? So if you add their dream outcome and their struggles, they are obviously going to more interested to watch this video. So this button is essentially a fake button because that's how opt-in funnels work, and this is the actual call to action. So if you click on either of these, you'll get redirected to this form, right? And here he's asking for your name, your email, your number, and then you can claim your free training, right? Then the headline is access the free training that is helping everyday people print 10 to 30K a month from anywhere. Again, from the headline you can tell that it is like very very directed toward beginners, because he added that without any background or prior experience, right? So you get my point. And once they give the details, they will be redirected to this like main landing page, main VSL page, where he has the exact same headline, exact same sub headline. Now they have to watch this 10-minute VSL, and essentially all the VSL is doing is he is selling them on the opportunity of high ticket sales, because the people coming from his content, they don't know what high ticket sales is. So in this video he has to sell on why high ticket sales is the best thing they can do, and why he is the best person to coach or teach high ticket sales, right? So this is a very simple VSL. All he is doing is selling them on a mechanism, and they already watched his lifestyle content, though, so they know that how much powerful high ticket sales is. And lastly, he is showing a bunch of social proof and results for his students so they can make a logical decision to buy his coaching program, right? Below that, he is a type form. He doesn't have a call to action. He is using a direct type form. And in the type form, the main goal of the type form is qualify you financially. If Because obviously if you do not qualify financially, they're not going to jump on a call with you, because it will be a complete waste of time, right? Below that, you can see all he is doing is essentially showing tons of results. And results is the best trigger you can pull in coaching business, because people don't trust anyone anymore, right? The current situation of the coaching market, you already knew it. So add as much testimonials, as much social proof as you can, because social proof really helps them to think like, hey, this guy got the results, he's in the same situation, so he can also help me get the same results. So that's why social proof works really well. So that is his entire funnel. And after that, he's gonna redirect you to a calendar where you can book a call with his team. And obviously, after you book a call, he will give you some reminders before the call on email, on WhatsApp, on your SMS, and they will jump a call with his team. If you are good fit, if you have the money, they will close you for a high ticket price, maybe $3,000 to $5,000. And after that, you will become his high ticket client. So that's essentially how Hudson Cosper is making $211,000 every single month from his coaching business. Again, to conclude this video, content is the most important thing, right? Because if you get the content code right, everything else becomes 10 times more easier. So yeah, just focus on creating more and better content. Obviously do the market research, know your ICP better, right? So that's it for today's video. Again, if you want my help to implement any of the systems that I talked about in the video, or maybe you want to start or scale your info coaching business, you can go to the first link in the description and you can book a one-to-one with me. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.